So Aljamain Sterling was supposed to fight Petr Yan October 30th at UFC 267 for the Bantamweight Championship. Of course, in their last fight, Petr Yan was the champion and Aljamain Sterling won the belt via disqualification. So they obviously have to run that one back, especially the way the fight was going. It looked like Yan would have won. So this was the long-awaited rematch between the two, and unfortunately, Aljamain Sterling has pulled out of the fight. I do not believe the reasons have been disclosed. I'm assuming maybe something to do with his neck. He recently had a neck surgery. Regardless of the reason, it is unfortunate. So that was one of the two title fights on UFC 267. The headliner will be Blachowicz and Glover Teixeira. So now there will only be that one title fight. I would have to assume the UFC is going to do an interim title fight with Petr Yan, especially given the circumstances of Sterling being the champion. I think most people understand he won by disqualification, so they I'm sure they would love to get an interim belt in there just to kind of at least, not that it gives clarity, but just to kind of get the division moving forward a little bit, And, I personally think Corey Sandhagen beat TJ Dillashaw, so in my heart of hearts, I think it should be Petr Yan versus Sandhagen for the interim title fight. But, of course, I'm sure it will likely not be. Probably will if TJ Dillashaw is willing to step in and fight. But that's the thing. I think Dillashaw is not nearly recovered from the damage he took in the Sandhagen fight, so Dillashaw will not be ready to fight. So I didn't even think of that prior to recording this video. So if they're going to find a replacement for Aljamain Sterling to do an interim title fight, which I think they will do because they probably will want to keep another title fight on that pay-per-view. Not that they have to, because there's a lot of other good supporting fights, but it would just be nice for, a lot of the pay-per-views, I feel like they like to have at least two title fights, unless one of them is a big one. But, if TJ can't make the fight, I'd like to see Corey in there, because I think Corey Sandhagen and Petr Yan are the two best bantamweights. But it's kind of tough, because if not Corey, then you can't really do it for an interim title fight. And give it to a deserving opponent. Rob Font, I guess, could go in there, but Rob Font just got a win over Marlon Moraes, Cody Garbrandt. He got the win over Moraes and then the win over Garbrandt. So you could do Rob Font, but really I think it should be Sandhagen or Dillashaw. And of course, Dillashaw is not going to be ready by October 30th. So, I hope they find an opponent for Petr Yan. I would like to see an interim title fight. But ultimately, it's a shame Aljamain Sterling can't make the fight, because really that's the fight that should happen. I'd never want to see a guy get stripped of the belt, but man, it's kind of, I would never wish for someone to get stripped of the belt, especially, even if Sterling loses his next fight, at least he'll get a big payday. So good for him. But I do want to see Petr Yan back in there. I want to see some clarity in the bantamweight division. So I would like to see Yan and Sandhagen, or Yan and Dillashaw, maybe even Yan and Font. But if it's not one of those three guys, I think it's going to be tough to find a replacement. I mean, really it's going to be tough, because all the other guys have not really gotten that big win that propels them into that position. I mean, you could do Jose Aldo coming off the big win against Pedro Munoz, But like I said, I think it really should be Sandhagen or nobody, especially considering Dillashaw will not be ready by October 30th. But that's a shame for the pay-per-view, because that's going to be a big card, and it still will be, regardless of who they replace, if they do find a replacement or not. But I just was really looking forward to the Sterling Yan rematch. They really need to get that done, because obviously the first fight went in such a inconclusive, that's not the word to use, but it was just not the way you'd like to see that first fight end. So, let me know how you guys think the second fight will go. Of course, I think Petr Yan will probably do enough to get the win, especially considering how he was able to do it in the first fight. Even though he lost via disqualification, the fight was definitely going his way before that. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you think will win that one. Let me know why you think Aljamain Sterling pulled out. Why do you think he pulled out of this? Was it his neck? Was it something else? Let me know what you think. If you like this video, leave a like, subscribe for more videos like this one. We got more coming every week, so subscribe for more. Leave a comment, let me know what you think, and thank you very much for watching.